what's up guys, my name is Zach and today I'm driving a 1996 BMW 328i, also known as the E36. So up front is a 2.8 liter inline 6 and down below is a 5-speed automatic gearbox. So let's talk about that inline 6. As you guys know, BMWs are known for their M-Power inline 6s, and although this isn't an M3, it still packs a decent punch. Alright, so we'll get a little listen for you, that straight 6. Definitely sounds German. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably going to bag on the fact that it's an automatic, but my friend Alex, who owns the car, is going to manual swap it before summer comes, so that will be awesome. But the transmission in this car, the 5-speed, actually lets you shift through the gears manually by hitting a little button with an M on it, and you can actually, it'll let you redline each gear, and then you can move the shifter up through 1, 2, and 3, which is kind of a nice feature. It's not full manual, it's not like driving manual. Obviously there's no clutch, but at least you get a little something at least. So overall, I like the power. It has a good amount of power out of that straight 6. And I like the transmission. The transmission doesn't hold it in gears too long. It's a fairly simple automatic transmission. So in terms of the powertrain, it's nothing really special. It is an inline 6 with rear-wheel drive, which is really, that's kind of the selling point of these BMWs, and I'll get to that later in the video. Now let's talk about the interior. As you guys see, it's a BMW interior. You get the sweet BMW gauges. They're the same on the E30 that I reviewed. I actually really like the gauges. I think they're really clean and really simple. And I've always been a fan of BMW interiors. I'm a big fan of BMW in general. I definitely prefer them over Mercedes or anything. The interior of the car is tan, as you can see. It's a little bit faded, but that's all right. I mean, it's a 20-year-old car. Seats are gonna fade. And also, you do get rear seats, but if you're not a kid, midget, or amputee, you're probably not gonna fit back there, especially with the convertible top. The center dash has so many buttons that every time I look at it, I think I see a new button. It really does look and feel like a spaceship, which is a cool look and feel, but also it might be a little overwhelming for someone who hasn't driven the car before. Did that literally just say consume? So obviously, this car has an aftermarket radio. Right below the radio, you get your air conditioning, heating controls, simple things. But down below that, you get an info center. Basically, that's where a lot of the buttons are, and you can switch through fuel economy, speed, all these different things. You get so many different options to just know what your car is doing. That's a really nice feature, and it's especially really nice for a 1996 car. I mean, my 2007 G6 has that, but that was 11 years later. Another odd little thing, it's more of a European thing, but the window controls are on the center console, which was really weird because when I went to go do that audio clip, I went to go roll down the window, but they're not on the doors, they're in the center, which is a pretty Euro sort of thing, and kind of fun. Although you do get 5 window buttons, one for each of the windows, and then one that controls all of the windows, which is kind of weird and it's not symmetrical, but hey, it works. So right in front of the shifter is a little button that will release the automatic top. Now this car, the motor is actually unfortunately broken, but you would just twist the handle, push it up, hit the button, and it would fold back, which again is a very nice feature for a 90s car. It was a little less common back then. I have to be honest, before I did this review, I wasn't the biggest fan of how these cars looked. But after kind of getting to know it, and it's really growing on me. I like the front end of it. The front end, I think, looks absolutely awesome. With the headlights and the grille and everything, it's just, I think it's a really good looking car. My only real fault with it was I used to see E36s, and they had like really raked suspension. Like the back was always higher than the front. And I was like, that just looks weird. But this car, it's on lowering springs, looks way better. I think this looks like a way better setup car, and it's way longer than I thought. This thing is long. Now let's get to why you would buy an E36. Well, that's the thing about this car, is that it's definitely changed purposes over the years. It started off, this car costed upwards of $30,000 in the 90s, which is approximately $45,000 of today's money, which is a lot of money. That's a good chunk of change. So back then, someone who was making good money would buy one of these cars as a weekender car, or if they were in more of a corporate business, they would buy these cars. But now, because they've gone way down in price, they're rear-wheel drive and they have the straight sixes, these cars have changed purposes into what is now pretty much a drifting car, or will become a drifting car. They've kind of moved into the Craigslist aftermarket kind of scene and have completely changed purpose. Much like the E30 that I reviewed in the fall, what started off as a classic iconic business car has now moved into a tuner, something that you modify, brake, and kind of repeat that cycle until they'll probably end up in a junkyard somewhere. So would I buy an E36? And I have to tell you, I would. And the reason why is because that straight six is really fun, and it's rear-wheel drive, and with a manual transmission, I'm sure this car would absolutely kill the back roads on the weekend. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.
There goes a sight from my soul.